Want to know how strong I am?
No.
I've been lifting for years. You don't even know how strong I am.
You wanna try?
Yeah. Let's go. Ah! Oh! Oh! How'd you do that? I've been training for years.
Too bad for you. I just happen to be a female character in a fantasy novel. Being naturally better than all the men around me comes in the job description.
So what stereotype are we talking about today?
Well, today's docket is the strong female character, TM.
Really? We're gonna go there.
Well, I mean, why not? The monthly topic at kingdompen.org is gender roles, so I thought it would be appropriate for our video series to tie into that for once, you know?
Do you want to get a lot of angry people in the YouTube comment section?
No.
Because talking about writing stereotypes and gender on YouTube is how you do that, no matter what side you take.
You know, the damsel in distress video we did a while back is actually one of the 2 most popular videos on this channel. Just thought you'd know
Hello, that's because I was in it.
So we're doing things to get the most views here. Kingdom Pen, selling out since 2017.
Look,
What's next? Challenge videos?
look, can we just cover the stereotype?
Sure. What problem do you have with strong female characters in fiction? Does it make you feel inferior?
Look, that's not what we're talking about.
Sure it is. In this series, you're talking about certain types of characters and showing why they're done wrong. So why don't you like to read about strong female character types in fiction?
Look, the characters I picked for this series are not characters that are always done wrong, okay? They're just characters that can be done wrong and are often done wrong by writers. So for the record, I have no problem with strong female characters in fiction. It's just that too often they fall into a certain specific kind of stereotype, hence the little TM I put on the title of this video.
Oh yeah, adding a TM changes everything.
Can I just explain myself?
Go ahead. I'd love to hear why you both do and don't hate strong female characters in fiction.
Okay, look, that's not what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
But just listen, okay?
Okay.
So we've all read that story, or seen that movie, who features that girl who's as tough as nails, who can best anyone in combat, and who just hates things that most other women like. You know? It's a self-proclaimed woman who doesn't need any man and can do everything by herself.
Okay, go on.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the problem now, isn't it? I can't go on because too often that's all there is for the character. The character is never developed beyond this. And not only is she often undeveloped, but it's gotten to the point where there's now a slew of these in fantasy and sci-fi novels, among other genres.
And you don't like tough women in fantasies novels that you've read.
I like diversity, okay? So just like with any other character type, the problem with this character is not that it just exists, okay? Because people do exist like this in real life. People like Boudica, who led British
Who?
tribes to rise against the Roman Empire. Read your history. Joan of Arc, hopefully you've heard her. She saved the nation of France.
Just a little.
Or even female Soviet-Russian pilots in World War II who achieved some of the highest individual kill counts in the war. Okay? So because these sort of women exist in real life, they should be present in fiction as well. And I don't mind that. But the problem is, in real life, they tend to be the exception to the rule. And so when they're commonplace and underdeveloped in fiction, that becomes pretty problematic.
Okay, so what does it mean to write them effectively? Do you just need to get rid of them from your fiction because they're so commonplace?
Well, it depends, okay? So there are really 2 different aspects of this character, with this character type. Yeah, 2, you know? Learn your math. So there's 2 aspects we want to focus on. How often they pop up, and what they often look like. In terms of how often they pop up, I'm not saying that you need to get rid of every instance of them. But what I am saying is that if every woman in your story is a trademark strong female character with all the little stereotypes I listed, then that's going to be a problem. Because honestly, that's just as bad as making every woman a damsel in distress. The key is moderation in storytelling.
Moderation.
Yes.
Yeah, come on, you've said that before in the damsel in distress video.
Mhm.
The viewers and I didn't need to hear it again. So, talk to me about how to do one well, and try to tell me something new this time. Don't just regurgitate everything you just told us in the last video. You just don't need to tell us that the character is a person and not a stereotype, because we've heard that same line over and over in every video. Tell me something new.
Okay, let's take a new approach.
Please do.
Here's the problem with how this character is often portrayed. The reason that so many authors make many of their characters this type of character is because I think they believe this is what it looks like to be a strong woman. And I disagree with that mindset, okay? So when you look at Proverbs 31, nowhere in the crowning description of what a strong woman looks like do you see the fact that she can wield a sword and be just as good in combat as any other woman. But the woman in Proverbs 3:1 is still a strong woman because the Bible says that other elements are at the core of biblical femininity and what it means to be a strong woman. Making a woman act more like a stereotypical man does not necessarily make her a stronger character. And this isn't just an idea that those of us who are conservative Christians think either. Several feminists also take shot at this trope. Why? Because it's unrealistic and it ignores the fact that in real life, women who are strong are often strong in ways that are totally unrelated to physical strength. They need to manifest their talents and their strengths in other ways. So I'm not saying that this type of character can never exist, but you do need to consider why you're including this character and what you mean for her to represent.
Okay, that was a very long and opinionated speech. So here I am. I'm just someone who wants to write this kind of character well. How do I do that?
Okay, so here's what I would say. First, don't just resort to this character because you want a character who's a woman and a character who's a strong character. Only use this character if you have a good reason to. And don't presume that a strong woman needs to look like this. Then, assuming that you do have a good reason to include this character, begin by viewing your character here not just as a stereotype, but as a person. I know I've said it before, but that's because it's really important. You need to develop her as an actual living and breathing person. So figure out why she is the way that she is. Figure out how she got the training she needs to be so skillful. Then portray this character in a realistic but sympathetic way. You don't want to idolize her, but you don't want to vilify her either. Think of her as a human being, with her virtues and flaws, and portray her like that.
Huh. Real writing advice that you can work off of.
Yeah.
And from this YouTube series of all places, what are we coming to?
Thanks.
Yeah, let's get some more of this into our other videos, shall we? Okay. First of all, Anna.
Yeah.
In all, for equal opportunity, I'm assuming that you already know that the next scheduled video in March is going to be how to write a strong male character in fiction.
I sincerely doubt it.
And the reason we're doing that is because Josiah didn't know how to write it. So the premise of the video is he comes to me and I'm like, oh, write me.
Oh,
in
yeah,
your story,
when pigs fly.
Because I'm a strong male figure. And I should be written. I should be the stereotype that is used, the template that is used for all the rest of the fiction.
We actually kind of are doing strong male characters next month. We're
Oh,
doing
good.
the evil overlord.
Ow!
Burn.
Another question, Anna. So we're talking about strong female characters.
Yeah.
How do you feel that you aren't?
You know what? That's it. Boom! I had like 4 people tell me to give you an extra slap.
Yeah.
That was for you guys. That was for you. It was also for him, but...